If you found this podcast on purpose, thanks for listening. If you found this podcast on accident, what were you looking for? What is up, everybody? Welcome to Whatever with Jason Soto, the comedy podcast that has purchased all the Buns of Steel videos for only $20. What a steal. I am Jason Soto. Hello, everybody. We are back. I am joined with the globe-trotting Lisa Sally Haynes. Hello, Lisa.
Hello. Glad to be back.
And I am here with the eared Bear. Hello, Bear.
Why don't I get a cool adjective? I get
two of the three hosts have ears. Have additional ears.
Because Lisa's my favorite. So we are back, and we are back, and some stuff to talk about. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, you know what's awesome, guys?
What's awesome, Jason?
Getting money.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of cool, like turning on your bank app, and you're like, "Oh, hey, money got deposited."
I actually had that today. I had way more money than I should have. And I was really like, what just happened? But it's because my cat was sick last week. And the short version of this is the insurance gave me back my money today. So that on top of my regular pay equaled a hell of a lot more money in my bank account than I was prepared for.
So if you want more money in your bank account, go poison your cats. Everything we do here at Rabbit Hole Podcast is sponsored by Audible. You can go to audibletrial.com/rabbithole-pods and try it absolutely free for 30 days. Hey, you can download any audiobook, original show, or podcast that you want. After the 30 days is up, you only pay $14.99 a month, and you get to access more audiobooks, original shows, or podcasts.
Like this one.
This podcast is on Audible.
It is.
It is, because I put it there myself. I put it there myself, so it better be there. If it's not there, I'm blaming one of you two.
I didn't do it.
I'm going to put you in the box again.
Not it.
You don't want to go in the box. No. You remember the box. Oh,
I know.
You remember the box.
No, I don't.
If you decide to cancel any time, even after the trial, you get to keep anything that you downloaded. So if you really, really, really want to listen to Stephen King's The Stand, which is like 1,400 pages, and I'm sure is like 28 hours long in audiobook format, you do not have to worry about rushing through it. Once you download it, that sucker is yours for the rest of your life. So you can listen to that when you're wasting away in your old folks' home, getting abused by the orderlies. They're stealing your money.
47 hours and 47 minutes.
There you go. Who has that much time? Nobody does. So, audibletrial.com/rabbithole-pods. Go download Stephen King's The Stand, and you'll thank us later.
Will they?
Yes. It's a good book.
That's true. It is a good book.
Another way you can support us. Actually, I'm going to save that for the end. So you know what we should talk about? Because I haven't talked about them in a while.
The Patreons?
The
Run P! Wow, it's been that long. You guys all completely forgot what the fuck I was even talking about.
That's because you do the ads, and so we just reply to them. Run P!
It is an app you can download. Absolutely free app.
Absolutely. I see what you did there. And who said this wasn't a comedy podcast?
Hey, you don't get to be me without, like, being funny. I am famous comedian.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't get to be famous comedian Jason Soto if you're not a famous comedian named Jason Soto.
Thank you. I'm glad we're in agreement of this. Run P, you download it. And when you go to the movies... Lisa, what's coming out this week?
I saw Oppenheimer and I used Run P.
Okay, that's a good example.
And it was wonderful because there were 4 P times and I tracked every single one of them. Didn't get up once because I refused to leave during a movie. And therefore I was suffering in the last 20 minutes because I should have used one of those P times.
Weird.
And I almost didn't make it. No, I'm not moving during a movie.
People are weird.
But Run P had very good P times. The P times they selected for Oppenheimer were very good ones.
As long as it wasn't during any of the Florence Pugh scenes, we're golden.
Classic. Very classic.
And so Lisa knows.
Yeah, she does.
I know. I've seen memes.
I have seen her memes too. So anyway, Run P, you download this app.
Run P.
Tell the app what movie you're seeing, and then it's gonna tell you, hey, during this chunk of movie, there's really nothing interesting happening. It's just Oppenheimer smoking a cigarette while thinking about sad stuff. So maybe you don't want to see that. So you can just get up and go to the bathroom. You can go get a refill, go get some more snacks. Go take a look at the dead body in your trunk because you got to go bury it later.
Make sure it's still there. Yeah.
Whatever you choose to do, it's all up to you. And then there's a timer that tells you when this Run P is over. So you rush back into the theater, make sure you close the trunk, and then you don't miss anything important of the movie.
It also provides you with a little short summary of what you're missing.
Exactly. So it is a awesome little app. We are friends with the app designer.
Yeah.
And
super cool people.
Super cool, awesome people. And please, let's just support them. We don't get no money for Run P. This is just us hyping the app up, trying to get people to use it because they are cool people. This app deserves to be like #1 in the App Store. And right now it's probably not #1. I don't want to make a joke because that's probably going to be insulting. So instead, we're just going to try to get them to be the #1 app in the App Store. And if we could do that, you guys, we've accomplished something in this wretched world. And isn't that worth something, you guys?
No.
I mean, the world needs to be a little brighter.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that is the Run P app.
Run P!
How you guys doing?
Good.
I
was watching a crappy movie.
I thought we were back, and then we had to take another extended break. You were not here for that, Lisa. Me and Bear did a show.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember
this.
Just to remind everyone, that was the Fallout Boy story episode, so that's how long ago that was. I mean, that might have just only been a few weeks, but to me, that felt like 9 years ago.
Time doesn't exist in the summer until now when it's a very long Sunday night.
When it's the end.
Yeah. But yeah, we haven't really done a show since then, and that is probably mostly my fault.
No, I mean, timing is tough. Like, scheduling has been tricky.
And it's like...
But we're back now, so that's what's important.
That is, we are back, and we're here, and we're somebody's favorite podcast.
I mean, somebody's listening to this chaos.
Somebody is.
Hi, silent partner.
Hi, Lackey. Hi, Vern.
Hi, Carl.
We all thank all
and
different
Isabel.
People. No, they don't listen.
They just give money to us, so they don't have to listen.
No, all of them give money for very selfish reasons.
Ah,
we buy their silence, or they buy our silence. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's
this will be a reverse.
We need more money. Clearly.
We need a reverse Patreon. Hey, give us money, and then we won't do a show. You don't give us money, we're gonna just keep talking.
We're gonna show up again. Yep.
So there you go. You can bribe us to stay away. You can tell us to get the fuck out.
GTFO, whatever.
To the listeners, I don't have a plan for this show. We are just winging this out of our asses. We are reaching deep into the crevices of our ass to get some content for you.
We won't talk about how long it took me to make my hands actually do that because I couldn't figure out which way they had to face. I'm doing like the hands with the wings, and it took me way too long to figure out like which configuration with the thumbs I needed to do.
Like you trying to do like this?
Yeah, no, I was doing this.
Were you doing the whatever symbol? You did a whatever symbol.
I didn't
True
use
story.
shadow puppets as a kid.
That logo is my hands, and that was like the first take. I was like amazed that came out that well. Because I had like an idea of the image.
I mean, it's not all that.
I'm choosing kindness.
Well, no, because I had to so I had to take my phone, right, and then I had put it on my desk with the camera on. So like you're seeing the ceiling, which again doesn't look like a ceiling. It looks like an actual like background.
Really?
So then I had to pretend you're my camera. So I had to like do this, and then I had to like position it and everything. You know what? I think it's almost worse that you're just condescending to me than if you were just making fun of me, pure blank.
No, and you know what's? I didn't realize that was the ceiling. It's telling that story. That's actually kind of cool. I didn't know that's how you actually did it.
That was what I did, yeah. And that was my very first four-way into logos. Bear, if you say a word, I am going. I will walk.
Fourway.
I will walk.
You please go back and listen to that again. Your first foray.
What?
Foray. You said that was my first four-way, which is
I've
very
had plenty
different.
I had plenty of four-ways.
That's what I'm saying.
Trust me.
This was a foray. Foray.
But anyway, that was my first time messing with logos.
Attempt, yes.
And that was back in 2019. Jesus Christ, this show is that old. I can't
That's
believe
actually
this
pretty
show.
cool.
I can't believe this show is that old. That's amazing.
I can't believe Bear is that old.
True, Bear was born in 2019. We got a 5-year-old on the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Is my mic muted or am I okay, I'm just losing it. No, Jason, you're one of my best friends. You would not survive an art degree. If you thought like
Why?
just think,
like because people are so critical?
No, just because of the whole it was a really complicated setup. I had to have my phone sitting up facing the ceiling. I can't.
No, but I got that
somewhere.
but I got that in the first shot though, because I thought it was going to take me a minute to do, so I had to move my hands around. I was like, oh, and I had to put on the timer because obviously my hands were full, so I had to okay, I got to remember this 5-second timer, and then I had to shit. How'd I do it?
It does look because it's pretty nicely symmetrical. Like the hands are pretty good. It's not bad. Like I'm looking at it right now, so it's got a pretty nice balance and everything.
There, so that's also the logo right there.
Much smaller than what I'm looking at. So
okay, it's not going to look like this on the video feed.
It's got the finger placement is nice. This sounds really dirty. So
basically, I'm trying to boost my ego here by saying this looks like it was professionally done, but no, I did this myself. It is a
very good logo. You did an excellent job, sir.
Good job. You did such a good job.
I swear, the condescension of these people that I am stuck with. Well, by the way, we're all dead, and this is hell, and this is kind of like our eternity.
Yeah. Not even Google and Bleach are getting rid of us.
Nope.
Did I ever tell that story on the show?
When you went to hell? You went to hell?
No, when I fought that bitch at Walmart.
You what?
When I got in a fight at Walmart.
I don't know if you told the story on the
I don't think it made it onto the podcast.
Oh my gosh, am I allowed to tell the story?
I don't know. Is the statute of limitations of your legal fees up?
Yeah, I told my mom.
Did your lawyer say it's okay to talk about it?
It's okay. My mom heard it. She said it's okay.
Yeah. She knows now, so I won't get in trouble if she listens to the show.
She's not going to listen to this.
Does Mom listen to the show?
No, she does not.
Hi, Mom.
I doubt it.
She will now. Dun, dun, dun. No, okay.
I've seen Bear do so much cocaine. Oh my God. From one end of the room to the other, just lines. My God.
Yeah, Bear stirs them in the ears.
Now
Bear.
We'll see if your mom listens. Continue with your Walmart story.
So I was at Walmart down where I go to school, and this is a very methy area. It's southern Indiana, lots of meth. Have never gone into it with a method though. Got into it though with one of the 50,000 Pentecostals in the area where I live. Because I'm walking through Walmart, and no, hold on to this. I'm wearing athletic shorts, a turtleneck, and an oversized cardigan. I am far from the look of grace.
I was going to say, you are quite the fashion plate.
I know. So
you are a people of Walmart.
Yeah, you dress exactly how you would dress to go to a Walmart.
Yeah, I'm dressed like a normal person at Walmart. It's like a Tuesday night. I have school the next day, so I'm in Walmart. I keep running into this lady, and you're in Walmart and you keep running into the same person, and so normally you form like a tepid alliance with them. No.
You ask them on a date.
Don't do that. No,
happened once. It worked once.
She seemed annoyed towards the end of my shopping for it. Fourway.
Of your Fourway?
Foray. Foray.
Bear and I separately had Fourways.
See, that's the title right there, Jason. The Walmart four-way.
The Walmart four-way. No, so I'm in the Walmart, and it's this Pentecostal lady, her husband, and her gaggle of children. So I keep running into it. She seems annoyed, but I think it's because she's pissed off at her fucking herd.
Rude.
Yeah. So whatever. I go outside and I walk around the parking lot. And I hear, "Hey, whore!" And anyone who knows me in real life, I'm not a whore. I really respect those who are. But I've already said how I'm dressed. I'm wearing a sweater right now during this recording. Like, I'm not.
I mean, whores can be cold too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, they're allowed. I'm sure
Why
it
not?
happens now and then.
But I wasn't whoring it around in the Walmart.
I guess that's fair.
I'm not slinging it over my shoulder like a continental soldier in the middle of the
Although,
Walmart.
my question was...
Now I'm at wet Eddie Murphy. Go ahead.
How did you know she was talking to you when all she said was whore? That's my question.
Turned around.
So you you did turn around though. So you responded.
I turned around to see who she was yelling at because I wanted in on the drama.
That's even better.
Okay.
So I was like, "Ooh, what bitch is about to get torn up in this Walmart?"
Oh,
she's pointing at me. So I'm standing out in the parking lot and she's yelling at me and I'm like, "I'm so sorry, ma'am." I'm like doing my best customer service voice. I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I promise I wasn't talking to your husband." She's like, "You were talking to my husband. You were flirting with him and following us around the store." I was like, "I'm so sorry. I was not. I promise you."
There was a husband there?
Yeah. It was her husband, and her gaggle of children.
Oh, Lordy.
So she's sitting there and, she's yelling at me in this parking lot and her kids are all standing there and her husband looks mortified. And, I tried to kind of start walking away and she went, "Bitch," and threw her jean purse at me, like her denim purse. Because she's a Pentecostal. So she throws her denim purse at me. And
I hear the Midwest coming out in this voice.
I catch it out of the air.
That denim purse. She threw it at me.
Well, she throws her fucking ugly ass, may I say.
Of course. That was a given.
I grab it out of the air and I hurled it straight back at her. And I was like, "Bitch."
This is insanity.
I verbally went, "Bitch," because I was so confused. Like, "Girl, don't." And it hit her in the nose.
Oh,
and
no.
it hit her in the face, and she goes down super slowly. And
BAM! Bitch goes down!
And she's like, "You broke my nose!" And I went, "Bullshit!" And she looked up and her nose is all bloody and
oh my God.
bent. And I'm like, "Oh shit, maybe I did." So Walmart security comes out and they're like, "We're gonna need you to come with me." So I get detained at a Walmart, cops get called, cops watch the video and they're basically like, "Yeah, you're fine. She's not gonna press charges."
That's awesome.
I like it.
But my mom, when I told her the story later, was like, did anyone see? Was there anyone in the parking lot? I was like, "Yeah, her fucking herd of 14 children."
Now, what I'm surprised didn't happen is once she threw the purse, the children didn't just start climbing at you.
Yeah.
Like fucking like King Kong
like
on
spiders or something. Yeah.
Well, with her Children of the Corn cast following her, I was surprised she even picked a fight.
Oh my God.
In a Walmart.
Did you walk behind a row of corn?
So now wait, I have been accused multiple times of zebras. So I am a zebras person. What do I mean by that? If you hear a stampede coming, the normal people will think of horses, right? I think of zebras. So my question to you is
chronic illness thing.
Where
that's what they tell people is chronic illness.
Where did this fight occur? Because all I can think about is the sidewalk ending and then there's that street before the parking lot. Were you standing in the street where cars could have hit you? Because all I kept thinking about during the story was where were the cars that were almost going to hit you?
So I was initially in the parking lot past the little street thing. When she said whore, I turned around and slowly started kind of walking.
You walked back
towards her. Oh yeah. I thought she was just a Pentecostal lady and I could talk her down.
Oh my goodness.
I was going to be like woman to woman-ish. I did not.
That's nuts.
I didn't.
I can't believe you walked back to her.
I was like, she's a Pentecostal. What's she going to do to me? Apparently try and fucking kill me with her purse.
Yes.
But her husband just looked horrified whole entire time.
Horrified, yes.
He probably
Horrified.
my theory is that he actually is cheating on her, and
Oh.
she's just so paranoid about it that she's
Oh.
like, or he has in the past, and
Well, I
now
mean, with
she's
that
paranoid.
many kids, maybe he's not.
Yeah,
He
it's like
seems
he
to be
wouldn't
doing his
have
husbandly
anything
duty.
left.
Half the population of the town you're college in is that guy's kids.
Oh no.
Yikes.
And like 98% of the kids at your school are that guy's kids.
Ugh.
That's how
That's
much he gets
bad.
around.
Someone needs to tell
He's
people
actually the
how-
mayor of that town.
Mayor fucks a lot.
Yep.
Good Lord.
That be him. Would you guys believe that I've never gotten into a fight?
Yeah.
I haven't, like a verbal fight or a physical fight?
Oh, physical fight.
I've never thrown a punch.
I've yelled insults left and right
Yeah.
my entire. I've worked
No,
retail.
I've
I
never,
believe that.
yeah, I've never thrown a punch. Ever.
That's like me saying, would you believe that I have been in a physical fight? The answer is always
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, pretty clearly.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because my demeanor is just like, yeah, we're not just gonna fight with this guy. Like just in like a
You're like a
he's
teddy bear.
harmless and all like he's harmless kind of way is what I'm trying to get at. Or I just know how to diffuse it so it doesn't come to that. I'm not sure. I just never got like,
Oh.
you know, into like fist fights, like even in school.
Right,
You know, I've had plenty of bullies fuck with me, but they never
Yep.
like fought me.
right.
They've done other things I won't get into, but I've never gotten into like a fist fight. And, you know, I honestly don't know how I would handle myself if that ever did come. I mean, I feel like I am a very like, you know, spontaneous person where if it came down to it, I probably would do okay. I probably won't win, but I could probably get some punches in.
There you go.
Get
You
some
have a
blood,
decent-
get some blood splurting, and then I'll probably get knocked out. But
You have a decent amount of weight to throw around.
this is true. I'm not the strongest. I don't have any muscle mass, but I do have my huge weight behind me and in the middle.
I
of me.
wasn't saying that.
I mean,
you
I got a
fucking
height
whore.
thing too, so like that's usually the move. The
True,
only
Lisa's
person-
tall.
The only
Here's the
person
thing.
I ever thought would have a potential to even try and fight me was a boyfriend's ex who was nuts. And she got us thrown out of a bar more than once. And it was funny because the bartenders and the bouncers knew us and like came up to us and were like, we're so sorry. Like the boss heard her carrying on and, you know, he's making us throw you guys out. And we're like, whatever. We know, like they were annoyed because they knew she was the damn problem, but she was like knee high to a duck. So I think if she ever had tried to throw a punch, I probably would have laughed, not because I thought she was funny, but because I would have been so surprised by the thing. Like I wouldn't have known what to do because it's just so not my wheelhouse at all. But yeah, she's the only one I ever thought would have been a possibility. And thankfully that never came to pass.
I've definitely have a lot of verbal confrontations.
Mhm.
Again, mostly when I was retail.
Yeah, that
There was-
happens.
There was one time, and I'll go ahead and tell the story really quickly, where I thought like a fist fight would have occurred because a customer threw something at me. This was
Good
during like the start of the pandemic, like, you know, around late April, early May of 2020. So like to be in the building, you had to have a mask on, and it
Right.
was like signs everywhere. If everyone remembers that, there was signs everywhere.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
oh,
very
you
clear.
have to have a mask to come in, blah, blah, blah.
Socially
Right.
distanced, the whole thing.
And it was like a thing, like Staples, whatever. Staples was like, hey, no customers cannot come in this building without a mask. You can tell people either give them a mask or they have to leave.
Right.
They gave you that right. So this guy came in, like again, late April, early May 2020, and he comes in without a mask, and he like
April. Good.
barges he's like walking very fast from the door, our front door. He makes a slight left and he goes into our aisle where we have all the label maker tape,
Okay.
and then he's just there, and then I hear somebody say, hey, that guy doesn't have a mask. And so I look and I see, and I'm like, oh, he sure doesn't. So
Somebody's a drama llama.
and so now you know, nobody was like making an effort to go to this guy to tell him to put a mask on. So I was like, all right.
You drew the short straw.
like non-verbally, I drew the short straw because nobody else was doing it.
Nobody was going to do it. Yeah.
So then I started walking towards him, but then he got out of the aisle and went kind of like in front of me. And as he was in front of me, I said, hey, you got to have a mask on if you're going to be in here. And he goes, and I swear this is what he said. No, the cop said I don't have to wear a mask. He proceeds to walk past me. I want to remind everybody the timing of this is April or May of 2020, which is when all of this fucking started. Okay?
That's insane. This is one of those fucking guys. Yeah, no.
So I'm like, what? And I turn like this, and then someone else finally had the guts to say, yeah, you do have to wear a mask. We can give you one. And the guy says, no, I don't want to wear one. I just want to exchange this, the one that he bought from the aisle, for this, the one that he was going to return.
Yeah.
And he said, that's all I want to do. And then I said, that's fine, but you have to have a mask, whether you get one or we give you one, or you get the hell out. I didn't say hell, but basically you have to get out. So then the guy just looked at me, and he was easily like a foot taller than me, which means he was 5'1". There, I made the short joke for you. I made it for you. Now what?
Oh,
I'm like Eminem at the end of 8 Mile. I want to make fun of my own fucking self. And never mind. So anyway, this guy was taller than me, but what he did was he grabbed the label maker tape, the one that he got from the aisle, and he flung it at me. Like it arched.
It's not very big. It's like this, right?
It was the smaller, yeah.
So that's gonna hurt.
So it was, and it was in the packaging. So the packaging is like a rectangle. So what ended up happening was he flung it, and it did like an arc, and it almost hit my face, but instead it hit me like on the chest, and then it just fell to the ground. And then it was at that point when somebody else saw this, and they were like, "You need to get the fuck out," and they did say "fuck." Because they're like now inciting violence.
Yes. Well, that's assault. You could have called the cops on him for assault.
And I just like stood there and I looked and I was waiting to see what the guy was going to do next. And this is where I literally was like, this guy makes a fist. Like shit's about to go down. And this is going to be the weirdest way to have my very first fist. But thankfully he didn't. He just left.
Did he get his exchange?
Nope, he just left. He flung the thing at me and then he left.
Good.
So he probably went to some other fucking store and did that shit. Yeah.
I've never come closer to fighting people than at my current job.
Customer service.
I work at a gas station, so it's kind of not encouraged to yell at customers.
To fight? Oh.
Yeah, it's like a Waffle House where they want us to fight.
They want you to throw down. They want you to throw down.
It's more like the type of
It's part of the interview process.
You see a bigger, so like Staples, you get a very specific population of people. It's a lot of like older people, a lot of angry people with nothing better to do. Like gas station, you get everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone.
Yeah.
Which also includes fucking weirdos.
It's true.
Like, there's a guy who comes in every day I work and hits on me, which, fine. Get better taste.
That's creepy, though. You don't want to have to, like, dread going to work because this leering asshole is in there.
That doesn't
Plot twist, it's me.
What bugs me, what bugs me is this guy stands outside the window and will stare in at me.
No.
That's what I don't like.
No.
Because he comes at night and does that shit, and I'm like...
No. No, thank you.
Oh my god, go away.
You can get him for loitering.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we'd also have to get everyone else for loitering, so... Shit, you'd have to get me for loitering. I feel like
No, you don't have to get everyone else. When you go fishing, do you catch all of the fish?
Yes, I'm superior in that way. I'm a bear. Ooh. Salmon.
The salmon are swimming upstream and bear just belly flops. Whoa! Yep. All of the fish.
Got all the fish.
All them fishes.
Like vacuum.
Well, anyway, feel free to call me if that guy just does that, and I will go and take care of him.
I know.
That would be my first fist fight right there.
You versus that guy. I also once dropped, I'm like, yeah, my girlfriend and he was like, haha, it's crazy, did not get it.
Yeah, he's gonna hear threesome is what he's gonna hear.
Or foursome.
Hey!
They have really good pizza.
Okay. We do. I will actually confirm.
I have not tried the pizza, so I will have to go to your job and just to try the pizza. I will go try the pizza. I will leer at you from outside through the window as I'm eating it. I'll be like,
oh, don't do that, please. I'll probably still be able to hear your ass chewing from inside too.
Ew, that's gross.
Got him.
All right. Actually, I forgot. I did have a topic for when I thought we were doing a show like 87 weeks ago. So I posted it in the Facebook group. What's a fairly easy word that you have a hard time saying? Lisa, I'll start with you.
Unfortunately, I don't have an answer because I remember seeing that post and not being able to come up with one.
I have answers.
I have fairly easy words that I have trouble spelling, but I don't think there's one that I have trouble pronouncing.
There's not like a word, like, even if it's just like a state or a country.
I'm not sure. The only word, so like, there's a thing with like students or people or whatever, like there's sort of like an adage that if you hear somebody mispronounce complicated words, it's because they're readers, right? Because they've only seen them in print. They've never actually heard them. So I was definitely one of those people, right? Like I saw Epitome and the girl's name was Hermione until I saw the movies, like stuff like that. I have examples of, but I don't know about basic words that I struggle to say. Nothing comes to mind. I'm sorry. But the next time I stumble on one, I will remember this conversation and tell you.
Okay. What do you got, Bear?
I have 3 for you.
Okay.
There you go. Bear makes up for my inadequacy.
February.
Yeah.
Restaurant.
And
foliage.
Okay. First off, you said those okay. So unless you were really giving yourself the willpower.
4, actually. Crayon. That you color with.
Yeah.
So this is a callback. I've actually had this conversation with former co-host Mary. So this is going way back. No, I was at work at Staples and I was trying to talk to a guy that we work with, and I was like, hey, yeah, so the guy went down the crayon aisle, and he's like, the what?
The what? The crayon?
The crayon aisle. And I'm like, the crayon aisle.
Like cranberry?
Jason and I have had this conversation too, because when we worked at Staples, one day I was like, let's compare accents and I'll give you different words to say. But it started because of how we both said crayon. Because I say it, mine fits into a Southern accent. So if it's like, hey, you need to pass me that crayon over there. That works. Versus Jason's weird Chicago version.
I have a friend from West Springfield who says crayon as well. I don't see. Here's what I don't understand. And this is, again, the reader in me. This is the literal kid in me. How do you look at that word and not say the Y?
Easy. You don't say the Y.
But my point is, like, how do you as a child learning to read not look at that word and go crayon, right?
It might have been
taught to sound words out.
It might have been because I won't speak for everybody, but I think I picked up on like speech from hearing it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for everybody. I'm sure everyone learns differently, but and then like, you know, my mom would read to me, right? Like in bed or whatever. Not that she had the thickest of Chicago accents. My dad does. My dad's gonna say, no, I don't. If you hear my dad talk,
he does. He's going to say it in a thick Chicago accent.
And that's okay. People tell me, people say to me, I have an accent, and I know my accent isn't as bad as it could be. But, I mean, of course I'm going to sound like I do. Of course.
You sound like Lois. I do
not sound. I will take the accent. I will not take the nasal. I am not nasal like her. I do not talk out of my nose. Thank you very much.
Heard my mom and dad when they read to me or whatever say crayon. So that's probably where I picked it up.
I wouldn't have accepted it as a kid. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would have been nuts about that. That's the whole thing with the Mandela effect and the Berenstein Bears. Like, I can't get around this idea of the AIN because I would have called them Berenstain. And I didn't. I called them Berenstein. So I'm like, I don't know where this comes from. It baffles me. But anyway.
So
I don't have a word. Sorry.
No, you're good. That's fine. We got plenty of options that came up on the Facebook post.
Okay.
My pal Tim said rural.
Rural? That makes sense. That's a good one.
Rural.
Bubba Wheat, this is his exact quote. I cannot think of one for myself. My wife wanted to name our daughter Rory, except she can't pronounce it. Usually comes out closer to Worry.
Rory. Yeah.
Rory. I said Rory.
Rory.
No, I don't mean you. I mean, like, I can understand that being a thing. Like the R, the extra R's trip people up. I get it.
Chris R. Hi, Chris R. Says, I have too many. One used to be Millennium. I fixed that once I started working at a place we refer to as Millennium Park, which there is a Millennium Park in Chicago.
Okay.
I can see Millennium being a tough word because if you just look at it, you're like, what's with these extra N's and the literally smack dab in the middle of this fucking word?
Right.
So it's like Millennium. My Aunt Grace says labyrinth.
As opposed to what?
I'm wondering that myself.
Oh,
like,
that's the word that she has trouble saying. Okay.
Labyrinth, yes.
Yeah.
So labyrinth. I wonder if that's what she's trying to like say.
See, I don't pronounce it with the I though. I just say labyrinth. You say labyrinth.
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 Okay. You were just overpronouncing it.
Well, I'm just trying to make the word
heaven.
clear. Like that's what the word is.
Yeah.
Words are hard.
My cousin Christine said brewery, which I kind of laughed.
Yeah, there's something about the way you put your mouth. Like it's hard to make those sounds
Brewery.
quickly. I think
Brewery.
like your R, your shape of your mouth is larger, like the inside of your mouth, like with certain vowels. Like they'll teach you when you sing to like pretend there's like a peach in your mouth with your mouth closed in order to like open up your mouth. And when people are saying certain words, they're ending up like, cause your lips are coming together for these smaller sounds. And I understand. I swear to God, I actually have a clue of what I'm talking about. I just sound like I'm rambling. But yeah, I get it. Cause rural and Rory and brewery, they're all the same sounds.
This is true. Well, we got one more from Howard Kastner who says awry. 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 Okay. That's how you say that, right? Awry. Yes. We're saying that right? Okay. So my word, and I am going to struggle with it. I can never say, oh God. Falcu. See, I can't do it.
Spell it.
FACULTY.
Faculty.
I can never say that. I cannot say that word.
No. I knew as soon as you went, I knew what word you were going to say because I've heard you try to say this word before, and what I heard was
That's so interesting.
I cannot say that word. I don't know why. Faculty.
You keep putting an L. It's faculty.
Because my brain wants to jump ahead to the
it wants
later.
to do the L.
So it just like has instinct wants to go faculty.
Interesting. That is interesting.
Now I feel like we're in a flowers for Algernon situation here.
Yeah, you can't say Algernon either, clearly.
Is it not Algernon?
Algernon.
Algernon. Girl, what?
I've never heard the title said. I just always seen it.
Again, phonetically. Algernon. N-O-N.
Yeah, that one's a very phonetic.
Whatever. Anyway.
It's pronounced the way it's written.
Yeah, so those are some words that I and listeners and Bear. Lisa's perfect, apparently.
I'm not perfect. I just can't come up with it, so I don't know. I'm sure there's something.
You know what, though? To make up for it, our keyboards can type in English and not stinky French, all right?
Fucking French, seriously. Hey, you know what the word for pencil is in French?
Pencil?
Mm-hmm. Crayon! You idiots.
Yes.
Crayon!
I would have laughed my ass off if it was.
Syllables.
You know what it is in German?
Crayon? No.
No, it's Bleistift. I was making
Bleistift.
a stupid joke.
Oh, bless you.
Fucking love it. Exactly. I love German. That's amazing.
Bleistift. Or I guess just Stift also works. Bleistift is specifically lead pencil.
Ah.
Der Stift is just normal pencil. Yep.
So,
anyway,
listeners.
Conversation Killer Bear.
So, listeners, if there is a word you cannot pronounce, I'll make it easy for you. You just type it and send it to me at whateverjasonsoto@gmail.com. You don't have to pronounce it. Now, for extra bonus points, if you want to record yourself trying to say these things, and then I could play them later on in another episode, that would be funny, but you don't have to. So I'll make this easy for you. You do not have to, but type it out. I'm very curious. What are some words that are very common? And I don't mean like stupid, long ass, like 40 letter words that mean government and some other language. I mean like just a simple word that you just cannot say. Like foul, cute.
Fac. F-A-C.
Like that word. Like that Robert Rodriguez movie from 1998. That. That was how I learned I never could say that word, because I'm always talking about horror movies, and I'm like, oh yeah, and the Falco, you know, the movie with Robert Rodriguez, the alien teachers, you know, that.
What is the name of the bird of prey that begins with an F?
Falcon. Oh, sorry, that was for him.
Can you say that?
Falcon?
With no problem.
Falcon.
Okay, so that one is spelled F-A-L-C.
Right.
Faculty is spelled F-A-C-U-L-T-Y.
Okay.
Fac, not foul. Fac. If you could say falcon, you can say faculty.
Faculty. Okay.
There it is. It just happened.
Okay. Yep. All right. Well, I'm going to forget all that, but thank you. Thank you.
I got you.
I appreciate that.
I got you.
All right. Well, you know what I got?
What you got?
It's time for the mixtape.
No.
What do you mean no?
I don't know. I just like being a dissenting voice.
Lisa.
Yes.
You got it this week. What do you got for me?
I have a song that I have just dropped a link for you so you get the right one. This is a new Gorillaz song featuring Tame Impala. This song is called New Gold, and I am a fan. And that's all I have to say about that.
My girlfriend's favorite band is Gorillaz.
Nice. Nice.
I don't think I've ever
Tame Impala a lot. I like Tame Impala. They just kind of keep popping up and sticking in my head. And then I heard they collaborated with Gorillaz, and I was like, I'm down for this. Let's go.
I'm not trying to talk shit about your girlfriend, but Gorillaz is one of those bands I've never heard someone say they're like hardcore fans of. They're just like a band that you like and that you may go see them in concert, but I can't imagine being like a hardcore, like posters on the wall, you know, every album.
She's the second person I know that's her favorite band.
So
I had a friend who that was also their favorite band, and they went and followed their tour, like went to multiple states following part of the leg of their tour.
What is that like? Because they don't appear, do they? It's just the animation?
Yeah, so I haven't ever been to a concert for them, but it's like the multicam.
Oh, no, there is a guy.
They also have the dudes there.
Okay, they do actually show up. Okay.
They just have it animated behind them.
That's cool.
I remember one time they were on like MTV, like VMAs or something. And what they did was they had like the cartoon like on a screen in front, and then like kind of like shadowed behind the screen. So you see the silhouettes were like the band, like, you know, the singer and the drummer, like the real drummer and stuff. So like they were the ones making the music, and then like the animator like just had a existing or made for the show an animation of them doing the song. So I thought that was how they did their concerts, but I was always wondering that myself. Like, if you go see Gorillaz live, like you're just watching like a TV screen, like what are you doing?
Right.
That's cool. I mean, that's fine if that is your favorite band. I just never heard that before. I've never heard like, you know who my number one favorite band of all time is? Gorillaz. You know, like they don't seem like that kind of band to be like that. They're like band you can like and band you would see live, but to be like a hardcore fan. I think
they would be friggin' cool to see live.
Yeah, with that said, I wouldn't mind seeing them because they do got a lot of great songs.
And looking at, like, I've never actually seen their faces before, and of course I never bothered to YouTube it before, but looking at it right now, it's fun.
Well, you know the lead singer, right?
The voice, no.
Oh, he's the same lead singer of Blur.
No, it's not.
It is, same guy.
I didn't know that.
Damon Albarn, yeah.
I did not know that.
Same guy.
Huh.
Go listen to a Blur song and then go listen to a Gorillaz song and then it'll be like, so yeah. My song, I'm going to the 70s. We're going to the dirty, rockin', hardcore 70s. And I'm going to play some motherfucking Dio for you. Yeah, some Rainbow in the Dark, bitches.
Oh my God.
We're going to get into our painted vans. We're going to just smoke a doob in the back.
And we're going to go to this super overplayed song.
And we're going to fucking rock out to some Dio, man. Yeah. So You're going to do that. And the YouTube people, unfortunately, you are kind of on your own. But stay tuned. What was it about the 90s that made movies so much better? How much of an impact they make during that decade? And while we're at it, can we throw around some 90s slang? Join me, Jason Soto, a lover of all things 90s, as I do a deep dive into cinema from the best era ever. Rabbit Hole Podcast present That's the Bomb, Yo! 90 hella rad movies from the 90s. You can find this show on Anchor, Apple, Google, anywhere you get podcasts from, or its home location at rabbitholepodcasts.com. And who knows, maybe even Alicia Silverstone will finally accept my date.
That's it.
We're back. Hey, Bear.
What?
We went to Gen Con.
We did. It was
You slept? Who slept?
You slept?
I
Oh, yeah, you did.
I got incredibly nauseous from my meds the second
No.
half of the day because sometimes eating makes me nauseous with them. So I was trying not to throw up. I think I hit it well, but I was really close to throwing up in Jason's hotel room.
Oh, no.
And I did.
Oh, yeah.
And I managed to walk from his hotel room all the way to Lucas Oil without puking on
And that's
my
a long
shoes.
walk. It is a very long walk.
In the whole time, I was hallucinating really bad. I was.
Oh
super
my God, that's not good.
I was because
Okay.
for
those
listeners
crazy
who don't
pants-
know, I get hallucinations
At
from my
those
depression.
crazy pant fucking board game people convention? My God.
So I'm surrounded by smelly board game dudes. I'm like,
Oh, no!
I'm not to heave. I'm like, oh my God.
Trying not to
Oil.
heave.
Okay.
And I just
well, all right.
crashed to sleep.
We had
I'm so
fun,
sorry.
though. We had
It
fun.
was fun. I know it was it was my favorite day I've had.
It
this
was.
year, probably.
It was the first time Bear's gone.
Mhm.
I remember suggesting it. I was like, "Hey, you've never been to Gen Con?" And they were like, "Nah, I've never been." So I was like, "Come on by, while I'm there this year." And they did that a lot. Anytime anyone bumped into them, they made that noise.
Totally,
Really?
definitely. That's like character.
Actually, okay, can we talk about this? You got robbed?
Oh yeah, I did. I got like $20 taken off me.
What?
Is that how much it was? I thought it was 30. Well,
It
it
was
don't
30.
matter. It probably
What
don't matter.
happened?
Swimming down.
I'll
Literally,
let you go
someone
ahead.
just reached into my backpack pocket and yoinked it out. It was
Oh,
like
that's creepy. Oh, I hate that with crowds.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I could feel their hand on my back. I just didn't know what was happening, and I assumed it was someone bumped into me, and then
Right.
my hand moved a little too fast, and I was like, "Fuck! I just got pickpocketed."
Oh
I had
my
the rest of my money.
God.
I
Yeah, but
had
that's creepy.
I had 100 something in a separate wallet. That was honestly kind of a deterrent because I figured if someone found 30, they wouldn't go searching for more. So it
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
did,
yeah.
but that's
No, but that was fucked when you told me that happened because you noticed it right away.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what?
Oh,
I know
that's
my
so
money.
creepy.
And to
I'm
people
like
who
Mr. Krabs.
and to people who've not been, like, you may not be imagining this right. There was like 1 billion people this year.
Oh yeah.
Like, this was like the most packed Gen Con I have ever seen, even pre-pandemic.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I was like so it was obviously not happening in 2020. It came back in 2021, but they limited a lot of things. They were like, you have to wear masks. We're only going to sell half the tickets we normally sell, which is like 500,000. Not all the vendors that normally are there were there. It was a smaller room. It was very weird. The first year was very weird. Last year, it was, you still had a mask and you had to prove that you were vaccinated.
Right.
And so
yeah,
you
you
had
need
to,
like the scan, right?
and like that was interesting because you had to go to a room, specifically for this, so they can give you a band to put around your wrist. And you had to have this on the whole time.
Yeah.
It was one of those ones that permanently stayed on until like you were done.
That makes sense.
So like I had this thing on for 4 days. And 5 technically, and
How do you shower?
it's plastic, so it was okay.
Okay,
but
I was gonna say, well, that makes sense because most people there probably don't.
no, it was plastic, thankfully, so I was able to shower okay. But
Hence the odor de Gen Con.
that is a joke among like Gen Con people about like
Yeah.
not
No doubt.
showering.
No doubt.
It really wasn't that bad. What killed me was all the guys dressed the exact same, and then I walk up to Jason after making fun of all the guys dressed the exact same, and Jason's dressed just like them.
Of course.
And all the
Well,
women,
I mean, it's
all
a
the
thing.
women in the most beautiful outfits, the most gorgeous women standing next to the most cardboard cutout man possible. I'm like, girl, get up. And then I look beside me and I'm like, oh shit, I'm doing the same thing. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that's too funny.
I'm
wow,
fucking
okay, I guess someone's not going next year.
with you. You wouldn't. You liked my company. You liked
Anyway,
my youthful zeal.
Bear's company is delightful.
So yeah, we went to Gen Con together. Walked around a lot, and from my hotel room, I got a hotel from Gen Con this year. To where I had to teach games at Lucas Oil, that's a walk. I mean, that is a hefty walk.
It's a hike.
It is. So anyone not from Indianapolis, Lucas Oil is the big giant football stadium downtown Indianapolis Boulevard, Indianapolis, where the Colts play. And my hotel was easily half a mile, if not maybe a mile. But we got to walk through like the walkways that's all connected to the convention center, and then there's a tunnel that goes underneath the street to go to Lucas Oil. So it wasn't like we
wasn't all outside.
We didn't have to be outside in like the hot or traffic or nothing. Thankfully,
that's good.
Yeah, because I don't think I would have made that walk outside in that heat. I would have died.
Yeah,
I had to take multiple time. Like, I remember walking from your hotel room to Lucas Oil, and I think I got the message across to you how urgent it was, because I was like, you were like, do you want to come with me do this? I was like, no, I have to go. I have to go. I have to go sit down in a place where I can lay down.
Yeah.
And like, I think I stopped and grabbed a water from you, and I was gone. I've never moved faster and yet slower in my life. Fast, incredibly fast, holding my head dead still.
It was, but it was fun. It was really a fun day. I mean, it was a fun 4 days for me, but
I had a really good day.
That Friday was a lot of fun, and I was glad you came in and hung out with me. And
thank you for letting me come hang out with you. I had a lot of fun.
And you were very patient when I had to go teach games, and you were just kind of hanging around. Well, you slept through most of it, but
I slept through a lot of it.
But yeah, so thanks for doing that as well. It was a lot of fun.
Good people, Bear is.
It was a lot of fun.
I try.
It was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it.
I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome you guys went. I think it's awesome.
Now I'm just trying to
like teach games. I think that's cool.
Now I'm just trying to get other people to go now. That's my goal for next year, is try to get more people to go. So I'm working on that. All right. That's all I got. That's it. So
That's pretty good.
I think we should wrap up the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever with Jason Soto is hosted by me, Jason Soto, and these two awesome people, Lisa, Sally Haynes, and Bear.
Oh,
the nicest person named Bear.
Thank you.
Hey, you remember Threads? I'm still on Threads. You can go follow me on Threads if anyone is even still doing that.
No.
I'm _famous comedian. So yeah. I'm still on Twitter for some reason. I'm at famous comedian on Twitter. Follow Rabbit Hole Podcast on Twitter at Rabbit Hole Pod. Hey, Rabbit Hole finally has an Instagram account. Woo! We are now caught up to the 2010s. I cannot wait.
Listen,
man,
this shit takes time, and I don't get paid enough.
Go follow. What is it, Bear? What's the actual @ symbol for Rabbit? Is it Rabbit Hole Podcast?
I'm pulling it up right now to check.
I think it's at Rabbit Hole Podcast. Okay, yeah. So go follow us there. Eventually there will be some audio clips, maybe some video on there. Right now,
I have been working on them.
It's just pictures, but hey, it tells you when a new episode is live, so it's still useful. God damn it!
Once again, listeners, I don't know what Jason thinks things take, but they take time. I cannot just simply churn out audio casually.
Why not?
Like, yeah, fully edit and animate this audio clip. You got 24 minutes.
The hell is wrong with you?
Come on. You can email us at whateverjsoda@gmail.com with all your weird complaints. Go ahead and follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/rabbitholepod. And just go to rabbitholepodcast.com. That's just the main website. Everything you need to know Rabbit Hole is just going to be there. All the links to our socials, all of our shows, everything. Everything is there. Go to rabbitholepodcast.com. You can find this podcast on Spotify, what used to be called Anchor, Apple, Google, and Amazon. Play whatever with Jason Soto podcast. And it will play the latest
Every time
episode.
you do that, I think it's going to hear you, and I forget every time that you do it. Yeah, but one time I was wearing headphones and it still heard you. So it was weird.
I'm just that powerful.
Yes.
The mixtape intro song was made by a friend of the show, Lackey. Thank you so much, Lackey. The beginning in any song is Liam Lynch's United States of Whatever from the album Fake Songs. Hey, you know what'd be cool? If everyone listening went to patreon.com/rabbitholepods and subscribe to us there, 3 single exact dollars is what you need to get in to the Rabbit Hole Patreon, and you can check out bonus content. You can check out old shit that I've had in there since 2020 that I'm very ashamed of, that I don't want no one to know of, but I kept it anywhere because I'm passing the value on to you. And you get to hear episodes way in advance. If you were a Patreon member, the 2 new shows that debuted the week that we recorded this, which was last week for you listeners, you would have got to hear them early. And there is still 1 show that is in the process of being made. And so when that goes live, that'll be on Patreon first. So there you go. There's incentive as to why you should be a Patreon member. But I do want to personally thank all the Patreon members who at this point are now Rabbit Hole podcasters. But I'm still going to do this anyway.
We're just absorbing everyone.
I'm just going to do this anyway. Chris R. from AfterCredits.com. Thank you so much to Chris R. Yay. The Vern from Cinema Recall and Tales from the Double R. Thank you so much, The Vern. Yay. The mysterious benefactor known as Silent Partner.
He's my favorite.
Much. Thank you so much, Silent Partner. Carl, thank you so much to Carl. Richard Kirkham, thank you so much to Richard.
The illustrious gentleman.
Some person named Bear. I don't know who that is.
It must be a freak.
Sherry Coons, thank you so much to Sherry. Thank you, Sherry. Isabel, thank you so much to Isabel.
I love you, Isabel.
Brenda, thank you so much to Brenda.
Brenda,
and
the Atlanta Braves swept the Yankees this weekend. I am thrilled.
I will have to get you guys together to talk about baseball.
Brenda understands. Anyway.
And Lackey, thank you so much to Lackey.
Whatever with Jason Soto is brought to you by Lackey. The music is also done by Lackey, and the Patreon is Lackey.
And the catering too, oddly enough. All right. That is gonna do it for this episode. Bear and Lisa, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. I look forward to the foursome we're gonna have later. Until then, thank you all very much for listening. Wash your goddamn hands. And keep your head in the clouds and your feet in the mud. Adios.
Who's the fourth?
Copyright 2023 Rabbit Hole Podcasts, rabbitholepodcasts.com.